Chris, what is our fourth main topic today?
This comes from Matt Finch. So, hey, John and crew. So, Stranger Things Season 4, Part 1 put up some truly impressive stats this weekend. According to Netflix, Stranger Things racked up 286.79 million hours of viewing time worldwide from May 25th to the 27th. This blows past the previous record holder, Bridgerton, which had 193 million hours of watch time in its second season opening weekend. Additionally, Kate Bush's 1985 song Running Up That Hill, which is featured this season, has hit number 1 on Apple's iTunes and number 2 on Spotify's U.S. chart since the premiere.
All right. Thanks for sending that in, Matt. And yeah, Stranger Things Season 4. I said maybe about 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I said, like, I don't know if it was the layoff and how much time has passed between season 3 and now or what it is, but I am not sensing the hype or the buzz for going into Stranger Things Season 4 that we felt going into Season 2 and felt going into Season 3. It just wasn't. And it wasn't there. It just wasn't as much. But that apparently didn't matter, because when Stranger Things Season 4, at least the first 7 episodes, dropped, everybody, and I mean everybody, apparently dropped everything they were doing and wanted to go see what 11 was going to be doing to people around there. And by the way, I'm sure a part of that helped was the first 8 minutes that they released the other week, because those first 8 minutes they dropped. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest Stranger Things fan, but I saw those 8 minutes. I'm like, mark that on my calendar. I need to get in there and watch a bit of that. Now, I am behind the curve a bit. I've so far only watched 2 episodes. So me and Ann sat down the other night to watch the first 2 episodes. It's like they're over an hour, 20 minutes each. I mean, I've been a little bit busy. Are you actually ahead of the curve here?
What? Have you seen the whole thing?
I've seen the whole thing.
God. Yeah. I'm apoplectic. I am, for the first time in my life, and especially on this show, at a loss for words.
That you saw something that I haven't seen yet.
Well, yes, that, but also that I literally wish that I could do a vice versa trading places body switch with you and experience the whole thing just talk.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well, I guess we know what Aaron thought about the show, but I sat down, but unfortunately, the first 2 episodes are so good that has become one of the shows that I am not allowed to watch without Ann, which means it's probably going to take me a bit to get through all 7. But having watched the first 2 episodes and being a Dungeons and Dragons player, I really like. I actually got on Twitter the other day and I said, so far, I think just the first 2 episodes of this is the best this show's ever been.
1,000%.
I think this is the best this show's ever been. And damn, right near the end of episode 1 or 2, I can't remember which one it was, there's a dice roll happening. How do you make one of the most tense, stressful moments on screen of a little girl rolling a 20-sided dice? And yet they found a way to juxtapose that against the basketball shot and all that kind of stuff. And it was brilliant, like just brilliant filmmaking in this show. And the first 2 episodes are great. I'm hooked. I keep having people tell me, John, wait till episode 4. And I don't even know what happens in episode 4. And I'm blissfully ignorant of that right now. But anyway, it looks great. The numbers are huge too. This comes to us from the folks over at The Hollywood Reporter, who wrote the following. According to Netflix's internal measurement, Stranger Things racked up 286.79 million hours of viewing time worldwide from May 25th to May 27th. That blows past the previous record holder, Season 2 of Bridgerton, which had 193 million hours of watch time over its opening weekend in March. Bridgerton went on to claim the title of Netflix's most-watched English-language series of all time over its first 28 days of release, with 656.26 million hours of viewing across the globe. Stranger Things Season 4 is already almost 44% of the way to that tally after just 3 days. Now, I'm sure a part of that has to do with the fact that the first 7 hours are 94 hours long. So I'm sure that had something to do with the more hours watched thing, but whatever. Hey, listen, I may have felt a few weeks ago that I'm not hearing people talk about it. And we weren't, but people were ready and they went and they watched it. And I'm sure the fact that Obi-Wan, which set opening weekend records for Disney Plus, and Netflix probably just made it the weekend to sit in and watch television for yourself, because everybody watches stuff. And I think it's off to a really good start. Anyway, Chris, you're seeing these numbers. Are you surprised? And what are you feeling about Season 4 so far?
I'm not surprised, actually. I know we went into this going, do people still care about it? after I watched it, yeah, they heckin' do and
Yeah.
should. It's so good. This season blows the other seasons out of the water, and it has our greatest fears in it. It has spiders and eye violence, and I still am watching it. I look away sometimes, though, because sometimes I can't handle it. But I think it's a wonderful, wonderful season. You know, the thing about that first episode, too, with the dice roll, if you've played a really great campaign, right, it has that excitement to it. And juxtaposing it with sports for those people who don't play D&D, or for me, for somebody who's not into sports.
Or for me, who does both.
Yeah, right? You can understand the excitement of both. And it's done so well. The editing in that episode is incredible. I think everything here is wonderfully, wonderfully executed. And I'll tell you what, too. I think doing this second part thing solves the Netflix problem of, well, we all watched it and now we don't talk about it anymore. Because now I've got a couple extra weeks. I'm going to keep talking about this show and what I think is going to happen and keep speculating about some other things for the duration of what a show's airing time probably would be. So I think this is a really smart model for Netflix to be trying out on kind of their crown jewel piece, right? Seeing if this little bit of wait time, just releasing those last 2 finale episodes, if that makes this stronger in the zeitgeist and makes people maybe subscribe more or longer, not cancel their subscriptions, and get people talking about the show for longer and longer.
Yeah, because there's that need that, what is it called again with FOMO? Yeah, the FOMO starts to build like, well, I guess I got to get caught up before the final 2 episodes.
Exactly.
See, to me, it's Netflix taking baby steps towards what is ultimately and inevitably going to be them dropping weekly at a time.
Yeah.
But you're right. It does give them a little bit of taste. And they've been doing that with more of their series. They did it with Lucifer. They did it with another show as well.
Love is Blind.
They did it with Love is Blind. They're doing it here. So, I mean, I think people are going to keep talking about it because they're going to tell friends, listen, you got to get caught up before
have
the
to
last
watch
things
this.
happen. Guys, we want to take just a minute and thank the sponsor of this video, Masterclass. Masterclass is offering classes on a wide variety of topics, like all taught by world-class masters at the absolute tops of their field. Each class is broken down out into individual video lessons, usually like around 10 minutes or so long, and members can explore at their own pace. And each class is supported by downloadable materials, lessons, recipes, or more that you can all find at masterclass.com. For example, are you into streaming? Well, you can take the Building Your Streaming class taught by ninjas so you can sharpen up on your streaming skills. Or if you're interested in independent filmmaking, take independent filmmaking from Academy Award winner Spike Lee. You want to get classes on how to direct? How about from Ron Howard? The very first one I personally looked up and got into was Business Leadership by the great Big Papa Iger, Bob Iger himself. And I was absolutely enthralled with it. I love every single minute of this stuff. If any of those apply to you, you need to try Masterclass. So I highly recommend that you check it out. Get unlimited access to every Masterclass. And as a John Campea Show viewer, you get 15% off an annual membership. Go to masterclass.com/Campea. Once again, to get 15% off your annual membership, go to masterclass.com/Campea. Anyway, Aaron, apparently you've seen Stranger Things season 4. So are you surprised to hear these numbers and what do you think?
Well, okay. So you guys know that I am a massive Stranger Things fan. For you guys out there, I force my husband every year to do a holiday card, but because I think most holiday cards are lame, I choose a streaming show that I feel like makes sense for that year. So for example, our 2020 holiday card was Schitt's Creek. Our 2016 holiday card was Stranger Things. And that was the first card the year that we got married. And the headline was 2016 was a strange year. For us in many ways. And as you can see, I'm wearing a shirt that even though this is from it has, you will understand if you've seen the show, I'm wearing my acid wash jeans from the 80s. I mean, I am like so pumped and ready. I would have worn a banana clip if I had one, but I gave it away. I love this show so much. And there's so many things to talk about. Yes, the way that these scenes are juxtaposed within and move back and forth in one another, between one another, there's so many storylines that are happening, especially as you continue on into episodes 3 and 4, which yes, episode 4 is, but the way that they are able to tell so many different storylines without it getting convoluted, without people going, wait, what happened? Wait, where are we? Wait, why are they there? I don't understand. I mean, it just flows seamlessly, especially in these, as you said, very long, extended episodes. we're also seeing, and I won't spoil anything here, but we see so many characters come back that we just go, oh my God, that's so and so. And there's some cameos by people that we didn't think we were ever gonna see again. There's also, I'm going to butcher his name, Tom Walishisha. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's the guy, the man without a face in Game of Thrones. He is in this season and he has a huge role in which he is playing opposite David Harbour, which essentially all of their scenes are two-handers. That's actor speak for two people in a scene. And David Harbour is, in my opinion, a flawless performer. I don't know what he's like as a person, but he is a flawless performer, both on stage and screen, in straight shows and in shows that are more fantasy based. And so for this actor, Tom Lashisha, well, I don't know how to, I'm sorry, but you're brilliant. I love you. For him to be able to hold his own, I think this is we're going to see a lot more of the man without a face. Mm-hmm. I think that the actor who plays Steve is bona fide going into the MCU.
Joe Carey.
Okay.
That's who I want to be Human Torch.
He's going to be an action guy. I'm telling you.
I love him.
The love stories, not just between the kid, like.
Well, now let me just pause you. Yeah. We're not doing a full review.
Okay, all right.
So we're here to talk more about the numbers.
One of the things that really resonated with me so much about this show is that they are dealing with some deep stuff on here. Mm-hmm. They're dealing with childhood trauma. They're dealing with bullying. They're dealing with being accepted, whether that's in high school or as adults. They're dealing with real stuff that kids are going through, that adults are dealing with, but they're putting it in this element of fantasy and sci-fi that's really exciting. The directing is beautiful. And I'm sure that Kate Bush is sitting at home right now going, what just happened? Because everyone on the planet right now, I mean, I was listening to that song this morning in the shower.
Well, and she had that great resurgence in like 2018 when there was a remix of this song. And that's how I first heard about it. So when it was on the show, I was like, what? No, this isn't from the 80s. And then I was like, oh, it's from the 80s. I feel dumb.
The music director for the show is phenomenal. And I'm just really excited that we do have another big chunk. And I'm so thrilled that so many questions are being answered.
Yeah.
Even questions that we had from the very first episode, those first 8 minutes, those questions get answered too. And there's still more to come. So I'm thrilled.
Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Stranger Things season 4 so far has not just beat, but absolutely destroyed their opening numbers for viewership and watch times. Remember, we're not talking about those little stupid numbers they used to do about even if you watched for 2 seconds, it counted as a view. We're talking about viewing hours. People are tuning in. What do you think about that? Have you been watching the show? Are you enjoying it? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down into the comment section below and leave those thoughts there.